flesh, bones and blood of the earth. There's a fire and water within me, and the air that I breathe of the world. And I know deep within me I live on and on, like the waters of life and the salt in the sea. I live on and on, but I don't yet know where the waters of life and the salt of the sea they dissolve. There's a wind and it blows and it thunders, and the rains come and go on the plains. Once I saw you there standing before me, and now I am here all alone. And I know deep within me you live on and on, like the waters of life and the salt in the sea. You live on and on, but I don't yet know when the waters of life and the salt of the sea they dissolve. When I die while you're alive, where am I? When I die while you're alive, where am I? Chideva dehastu, chideva lokash, chideva bhutani, chidendriyani, karta chidanta karanam, chideva, chideva sarvam.
Om Shanti. Once, 3 men were engaged in altercation. Each one of them had gone to the forest and on one particular tree they had seen a bird. The first man said the bird was red in color. The second disagreed and said, no, I was also there and I saw the bird was green in color. The third resisted. He said, you both are wrong. The bird was yellow in color. Each one trying to prove his point. The fight was escalating, and the fourth person came. He said, stop. I was also there. When I saw the bird was white in color. You all are wrong. At long last, they conceded to go to the forest altogether to confirm what exactly is the color of the bird. When they went to the forest and reached that particular tree, they saw a man sitting there. The man agreed to all of them, listened to all of them, and he said, I am here from very long time, and all of you are right. Sometimes the bird is green, sometimes that animal is green, sometimes it is red, sometimes it is yellow, sometimes it is white. But you know, sometimes it is colorless also. It's chameleon. It keeps on changing the color. And if you want to know him, that bird, you need to see that bird for a long time. You need to be around that bird for a long time. You need to be in the company of that bird to know all the colors of that animal. So also goes with God. God is multicolored. Assorted. Varieties. Just as essence are of assorted types. Vanilla flavor, mango flavor, kesar flavor, butterscotch flavor, rose flavor, chocolate flavor. Similar way, God is multi-flavored. Multicolored. Myriads of forms, myriads of nature. And if you want to know him, you need to be like the man who was sitting under the tree all the time. Only when you stay with him for a long time. Only when you are in his company for a long time. Then only you start understanding him. All the colors, all the flavors, all the sounds, all the voices, all the forms, all of his nature, all different essence, all different fragrances. To be with him is to be like him. Today we have two Murlis to discuss. One Murli has already been discussed in our previous bhattis on purity. The first Murli is very small, revolves around the word Man Mana Bhava. This word has come twice in Bhagavad Gita. First in chapter 9 and then again in chapter 18. Man Mana Bhava, Mad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. Mame Vaishyasi Yuktvevam Matmanam Matparayanam. But there is a subtle difference in chapter 9 verse 34 and chapter 18 verse 65. Half of the shloka is same. Man Mana Bhava Mad Bhakto Mam Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. Even chapter 1869 starts the same. Man Mana Bhava Mad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. But there is a twist. Mame Vaishyasi is also the same. Satyam te pratijane priyosi me. But in the last chapter, 18th, there is a promise along with this. Think of me, be devoted to me, worship me. Man Mana Bhava Madhyaji Bhakto Mam Namaskuru. But in verse 18, God says, by doing so, you will come to me. This is my pledge. Satya me pratijane priyosi me. O Arjun, this is my pledge to you. Because you are very dear to me. Pratijane priyosi me. That's why I promise that if you remember me, Man Mana Bhava, Mad Bhakto, as a devotee, you can stay devoted to me. Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. Just surrender unto me. Leave aside everything. Just come. unto me. And this is my promise. Whilst in the verse, chapter 9, verse 34, there is no promise. Having dedicated your mind and body to me, you will certainly come to me. Yuktvevam atmam matparayanam. You remain unto me, devoted unto me. You will definitely come to me. So there are only two places in Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 9 and chapter 18, where this word comes. And Baba has used this word freely in all his literature. Perhaps the word Manmanabhav is the most celebrated word in Murlis. Just as Srimad, so also this word. So you have got few tasks to do. So Baba said, you are the holy swans. You have come to the shore. Holy swans are known to pick up only pearls, not pebbles. And Baba is happy that swans are dancing and swans are singing. The dance of happiness and the songs of happiness. You have got this blessing of Confluence Age, that is Manmanabhav. Write this word as decorative manner as possible, in as calligraphic style as possible. The second task is, you can write a letter to Sadguru. God has come as the great preceptor, is the Guru. Having received this mantra, what are your feelings of gratitude for him? Guru is somebody who gives you Diksha, mantra. There are three types of Dikshas. One is Mantra Diksha, where Guru gives you mantra. The second is Nayana Diksha. He gives you powerful drishti. And the change happens in the disciple. The third is Sparsha Diksha. Touch. He doesn't speak anything, doesn't he? He doesn't look at you. But he just touches you. And by his electrifying touch, the spiritual current runs down the spine. And the coiled serpent, the Kundalini, awakens. And the disciple becomes enlightened. His perception changes. Purity comes on its own accord. When he is lost in the love of God, the worldly tendencies vanish. The materialistic desires fall down. The sensual attachments drop. So these are the two things from today's Murli. Write a letter, a very short letter, to the Master for having granted this great mantra, Manmanabhav. Think of me. Remember me. Stay devoted unto me. Pratijane priyosi me. You are very, very dear to me. That's why I promise. Mame Vaishyasi. I promise unto you. You will come to me. Matparayanam. Continuing the same link, the second Murli, is about purity. Walk in the nature. Move around in nature and think of everything which is pure, untouched. Nature has got hidden purity. The deeper you go into forest, you will encounter spotless beauties. The beauty that does no exhibition. The beauty which is free from marketing. The beauty that doesn't have any advertisement. It's hidden, incognito, deep. And the real beauty is like that. The greatest impurity is to pretend to be pure. The greatest impurity is the desire to appear pure whilst there is so much ugliness within. External cleanliness is not purity. If taking bath 3 times a day makes you pure, then the fish should be the purest being on this planet Earth. So walk and think of everything which is pure. Write some inspirational story you have heard about purity, about celibacy, about brahmacharya. That story can be compiled, something that you have heard in your childhood. It could be a fairy tale or a scriptural story or a true story, but a tale of purity that inspires. Write a dialogue between a teacher and student. The student is asking. So there are a few questions here which a student is asking. Teacher, what does purity truly mean? How can one practice purity in thoughts? Is purity necessary for spiritual progress? There is a question and you have to write answer. Can purity transform relationships? It's an important question. How can one maintain purity in the challenging situations? Why is purity important in spiritual life? And what is the greatest obstacle to purity? How can purity influence the world? So these are the 8 questions on purity. A student is asking the teacher, and then you have to churn what answers you will give. So this is called dialogue writing, script writing. If you have to create a drama, you have to write. And writing sharpens the mind. You have to think of words. You have to have vocabulary. You have to use lexicon. You must know to form correct statements, to write correct statements without mistakes. Not just writing but typing as well. These are soft skills. Writing, typing, forming correct statements, correct grammar, and it leads to churning. Because then you have to think that whatever I'm writing, people will read. It should be structurally, grammatically correct. Suddenly, one doesn't become a writer or author. We should practice writing. Suddenly one doesn't become a speaker. You should practice speaking. English writing and English speaking takes you into another world. New journeyings, new understanding. If you want to learn English, you must murder it first. That's what the saying goes. So dialogue writing, and the last, there is a Soman, self-respect. I am supremely pure soul. So you write that in a calligraphic style. So these are the 4 works from this Murli. These are the 16 points about Murli, about purity. Purity is the shine. Purity is greatness. Purity is your ornament. Purity is the breath. Is the very breath. Purity is the support of the future 21 births. Purity is the support, the very Adhar, foundation of this meeting between children and father. Purity is the support of attaining all the attainments. Purity is the canopy. Purity. Impurity cannot come when you are with Almighty authority. Purity is the suhag. It's the sign of fortune. Purity is the life. Purity is visheshta. Purity is blessing. Purity is swadesh, swadharm, everything related to swa. Purity is the Swaman. I am supremely pure soul. And purity is the natural beauty. Is natural when you are with Him, one Father and none other. The 16 points of purity. This Murli has already been covered in the previous bhattis. So Baba is again and again stressing the importance of purity. And the greatest purity is the dissolution of ego. Impurity arises out of societal conditionings. Impurity arises out of suppression of desires. Purity is not about repression or suppression. Purity is not about mehnat, about effort or hut, or about practicing Hatha Yoga. Purity is the natural blooming and flowering of the consciousness. Purity is the natural state of awareness. Purity is the blessing that you have received. What force is needed? Nothing. Purity is not a push or pull. Purity is the natural fragrance of the flower. Purity is not stolen nor snatched. It is the internal blossoming. You are pure already. Just realize it. Don't bring it from anything, from anywhere. It is there already. You are already pure. Shrunvante Vishve Amritasya Putra. Here, listen to the purity. Purity is not about advertisement, about exhibition. It is internal. Don't monetize it. A priest was speaking that there should be purity in the heart. But don't forget to donate. It purifies your wallet too. So that is hypocrisy. Om Shanti.